This is The Big Story presented by herbchambers.com.
I'm Scot Helman, political editor of the Boston Globe. Today we learned that Governor Deval Patrick will cut legislative salaries this year on account of a small decline in household income for all Massachusetts residents. By law, the governor every 2 years has to set lawmakers' salary based on what's happened to the incomes of the rest of us. And based on all available data at this point, incomes have gone down slightly over the last couple of years, and therefore Patrick today announced he was cutting lawmakers' salary by 0.5%. That amounts to about $300 for every lawmaker, so it's certainly not a huge hit. As part of the same law, Patrick's own salary goes down. I think he loses about $700 on his salary, which is about $140,000 a year. So these are largely symbolic cuts. They don't make much difference in the grand scheme of the state budget. They're not going to save a ton of money. A little more than a decade ago, voters passed a constitutional amendment that took the power away from the legislature to set its own salaries and gave it to the governor, and again required that the governor base that decision on economic indicators, sort of independent economic indicators. So every 2 years since then, we have had the governor every 2 years set legislative salaries. What's interesting about this year is this is the first time since that law took effect, that constitutional amendment went into effect, that a governor has actually cut lawmakers' salaries, the first time that's happened. So it's significant in that sense. So clearly what Patrick was aiming for here is a sort of symbolic move that cuts their pay, but isn't a huge cut that they can't live with.